Hello students. So now we are again back with class 11th chapter, discovering truth. The saga continues, and now this is the third video, concluding part of the chapter. So we have already read that this young boy, maybe at the age of 9 or 10, Tutankhamun was made the king, and he remained king for near about 9 years, and then he died as a teenager. Okay, so we are taking that maybe he died at the age of 19. It means he became king at the age of 9. And this 9-year-old boy, he was so sensible that when he became king, this period was, initial period was restoration period. Restoration means again God Amun was back, the temples which were smashed, okay, now these were back. Now he constructed all the temples and old values, everything now was the way previous kings were doing. Only one king in between came who changed from Amun to Aten, but now this boy again brought back Amun god. Okay, so this was the greatness of this young king, that he was so sensible. Now page number 26, second para we are starting. Regardless of his fame and the speculations about his fate, Tut is one mummy among many in Egypt. How many? Now in this valley, okay, there are so many mummies, so many tombs are there, okay, and Tut's tomb is one of them. And this Tut was very famous king, but still the speculations are always there regarding his death. Okay, no one knows how many tombs are there, how many mummies are there. The Egyptian Mummy Project, which began an inventory in late 2003, has recorded almost 600 so far and still counting. That's why saga continues. Means after this first mummy of King Tut, now world because got to know that there are mummies, this is the culture, they can get to know more about the culture of Egypt, okay, through these mummies. So now the discovery is still on. 600, near about 600 mummies they have already opened, they have already maybe studying, okay, they are already studying these, but still they are hoping to get more mummies, and that's why saga continues. The next phase, now when they open this mummy, first mummy, we come back to Tutankhamun's mummy, okay. So the next phase, scanning the mummies with a portable CT machine donated by the National Geographic Society and Siemens, its manufacturer. Okay, so this line underline, manufacturer's name is National Geographic Society and Siemens. Siemens is the manufacturer. So this CT scanner was there, this CT machine was there, and now they just wanted to take the body for CT scan. King Tut is one of the first mummies to be scanned in death as in life, moving regally ahead of his countrymen. So naturally this was the first mummy. This, though till date maybe they had opened 600 mummies, but Tut's mummy was the first mummy to be taken for CT scan. So sometime you may get this line, okay, this is important line, that it was the first mummies to be scanned in death as in life, moving ahead. Means King Tut was the first. Even after death he remained the first, and in life also he was the first. So what does it mean in life? If after death we can say, okay, yes, because he was the first mummy to be opened and to be taken for CT scan, that's why he's at number 1. But why in life he was the first? Why? Because again he was the king, and king is always at number 1, okay, because the people will be following the king, and king will be always ahead of everyone. That's why in life also he was ahead, okay, of his countrymen. A CT machine scanned the mummy head to toe. Now ultimately the body was taken out, the body was cut, and then this way it was taken out for CT machine. So roughly the result of CT scanner. A CT machine scanned the mummy head to toe, creating 1700 digital X-ray images in cross section. Tut's head, scanned in 0.62 millimeter slices to register its intricate structures, takes on eerie details. Eerie is, which is very strange, which can give you shivers. So these details they got to know about this mummy when they put the body for CT. Eerie detail in the resulting image, with Tut's entire body similarly recorded. A team of specialists in radiology, forensics, and anatomy began to probe the secrets that winged goddesses of the gilded burial shrine protected for so long. So this is what actually they believe, that there are, we can say, angels, there are winged goddesses, okay, who are always there to protect all these mummies. Okay, so this is what actually, this is the belief only. The people of Egypt, they believe that in the valley of the kings, okay, where all the royal family bodies are put, okay, in this place, it is actually guarded by some maybe forces, supernatural forces. Okay, now this para, next last para on this page, this is the detail. Though we have already read that the CT scan machine was used and this body was scanned and CT was done, okay, and intricate details they were trying to get, and all these people were together in a team, we have already read. But now this para is actually background, when this body was to be taken out. Okay, so what happened at that time? If you remember the first beginning para of this chapter, which tells about the weather, which tells that this is evening, near about 6 o'clock time, okay, heavy clouds are there, heavy winds are there, okay, and because this is winter time, that's why this is little bit dark also, and it seems as if the clouds have covered the stars, okay, stars are not visible, and heavy wind is blowing. Typical Bollywood scene, when something bad is to happen, the director is to show this kind of scene, so that you are mentally prepared that something negative is going to happen. So now that paragraph, that from the maybe afternoon only, maybe from the early evening time only, the heavy winds started, rain started, maybe nature was showing that it's not very happy with people what they are doing with the mummies. Okay, and now that para and this para you attach. We can say after that para comes this para, that night is very stormy night, okay, disturbed night, rain is falling. If rain is not there, rain stops, but even then heavy wind is there. So all this is given. Now we come to this, that when they wanted to take out the body, suddenly heavy winds first of all started. Okay, the night of the scan, workmen carried Tut from the tomb in his box. Like pallbearers, they climbed a ramp. Ramp means slope. Okay, they took the body from the with the coffin only, they took the body, and now they were taking the body to that place where CT scanner was kept. And a flight of stairs into the swirling sand outside. Outside heavy wind was, because this is sandy area, so because the wind there was sand all around, and they were taking the body. In the sky also the stars were not clear. Okay, and it seems that as if the nature was showing its anger. Stairs into the swirling sand outside, then rose on a hydraulic lift into a trailer that held the scanner. So then they took it, hydraulic, okay, lift was there, so they took the body to the scanner room. 20 minutes later, two men emerged, sprinted for an office nearby. Now 20 minutes had passed, the body was still there in that room only where they had put CT machine. Okay, the body was put for CT scan, but after 20 minutes, two people came running. And why they were running? Sprinting means running very at a speed. Okay, so they came running and returned with a pair of white plastic fans. The $1 million scanner had quit because of sand in a cooler fan. Curse of the Pharaoh, joked a guard nervously. Actually, why they were running? Because they were running to take plastic fans. Why? Because maybe one of the fans in the machine, it got stuck. Okay, why? Maybe because of the sand, it stopped working. Though it was new machine and $1 million, that good quality machine, even then it was not working for some time. And guard actually jokingly only he said maybe this is curse of the Pharaoh, because curse says that whosoever touches that disturbs the bodies, disturbs the mummies, okay, the curse will befall. So this is how the CT was done. Ultimately, the CT scan was over. Okay, so this is how it happened. Eventually, the substitute fans worked well enough to finish the procedure. After checking that no data had been lost, the technicians turned Tut over to the workman, who carried him back to his tomb. Less than 3 hours after he was removed from his coffin, the pharaoh again rested in peace where the funerary priest had laid him so long ago. So after 3 hours, this box was taken back, and this box was again put back into the tomb where maybe he was put back 3,300 years by the priest. Back in the trailer, a technician pulled up astonishing images of Tut on a computed screen. Now CT is taken, bodies back. Now this team is now watching, okay, what they had captured. A grey head took shape from a scattering of pixels, and the technicians spun and tilted it in every direction. Neck vertebrae appeared as clearly as in an anatomy class. Means even after 3,300 years, they saw that neck vertebra was very much clear. Okay, as if this is being shown to the medical students in anatomy class. Okay, so neck vertebrae appeared as clearly as in an anatomy class. Other images revealed a hand, several views of the rib cage, and a transection of the skull. But for now the pressure was off. Sitting back in his chair, Zahi Hawass smiled, visibly relieved that nothing had gone seriously wrong. I didn't sleep last night, not for a second, he said. I was so worried, but now I think I will go and sleep. By the time we left the trailer, descending metal stairs to the sandy ground, the wind had stopped. Now when the body was put back in the coffin, okay, in the tomb, now the wind stopped. Maybe now nature was at ease. The winter air lay cold and still like death itself in the valley of the departed, just above the entrance to Tut's tomb and Orion stood Orion, the constellation that the ancient Egyptians knew as the soul of Osiris, the god of afterlife, watching over the boy king. This is what they felt, as if maybe the god of afterlife is there above and it is watching, it is guarding these mummies, where Tut's mummy was again put back and now nature was calm. So this is your chapter. I hope you have understood. Okay, and for better understanding, first of all give a reading and then watch the video, because then only you will be able to understand. Both the things should be there. Only reading maybe will not do the work, only watching will not do the work. Both the things go side by side, then only you can expect good understanding and then good marks. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this video and you will be able to learn more with the help of this. Thank you.